So, what's going on with this fucking YouTube? Huh? I know in the period of COVID I started to make some videos and some comments, and I reposted some stuff and got a few strikes, and I can only assume that after that I have like a shadow ban on YouTube, because a very good friend of mine just informed me that people apparently cannot like the video. I don't claim that I make videos that people in particular like, and to be honest I don't really care, because I just want to ventilate to the world what I think about current affairs. And if you agree with me, well, then apparently you are just as awake as I am. If you don't agree with me, you could be awake, you just don't agree with me. That's fine too. But you know, I love to have conversation about to provoke basically reaction from people, to get them to think. Even when you get upset with my opinions, it will put a thinking process in your mind, right? You don't need to agree. We can agree to disagree, right? As civilized people. But for this you need to have, of course, some conversation with people. And if people react, I found out a lot of times I only notice it like weeks or months later that YouTube shows some apparent reactions to me. But here you can see on the screen it said I have 2 reactions. Reactions. Okay, let's have a look. Where are they? Just my point, my argument here. Same on this one. So you have reaction of people, but for some reason I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see them in either of the filters. And then sometimes few months later, when I am in this dashboard of content, then I notice, oh, someone reacted. Okay, let's have a look. And turns out they reacted already 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So what's going on YouTube? I have no fucking clue. All I know is that I had a few times a strike, and I can only assume that after that they, well, like a shadow ban, that they give you like a shadow ban, like they did also on Twitter. 3 times an account of mine got suspended for my opinions. Because we live in such a free, democratic, European society. Yep, freedom my ass. Anyways, I'm thinking about making some videos for Rumble, not for here, because for sure it will ban my account permanent on YouTube otherwise. Because I want to make a few videos about and repost videos from a man called Ernst Zundel, and a very interesting personality, to say the least, if you want to learn something about World War II and its true history, but more to the point, about current state of affairs, among others, in Gaza, but also in the Ukraine, if you pay attention to what Mr. Ernst Zundel has to say. He is called many nasty things. They have tried assassination attempts on his life. They arsoned his house. They bombed the place. All for trying to speak out the truth. And I admire that kind of people. So I dove into Mr. Ernst Zundel and what he had to say and some of the things that he shows of the Second World War that are, to say the least, eye-opening, I guess, for a lot of people. So I can try to upload them to YouTube, but as I just state here, apparently I'm not really liked by YouTube, and I am sure that if I would repost stuff from this Mr. Ernst Zundel about the Second World War, then YouTube might take down my channel permanent. I will try. Maybe I'll get a warning and they just remove the video like they did with other videos, and then a 90-day ban or something like that, like I had before 2 times. So much for, freedom of speech and the love for truth, honor and justice. Right? Right. Well, what can I say? We all know that the powers to be control the full social media platforms, including X, Twitter. The German government, to give an example, they went 2 times after an account of mine and removed 2 times that account for speaking out against Mr. Scholz and his betrayal of the German people. I feel betrayed by Mr. Scholz personally as well. I'm of German descent. I'm born in Germany. I am a German. I grew up in Holland. Nonetheless, Scholz is a traitor. And just like I said on my Twitter, he should have the ultimate punishment for treason. Just like Rutte, Hoekstra, von der Leyen, Macron, Borrell and all those other fuckers. They all should face the ultimate punishment. I keep saying it. It was good enough for Nuremberg 1947 to show what we think of these kind of people. And it's time we would take care of the trash in our own countries. Really. It's time that we finally put the ghost of fascism in Europe in its coffin forever. Back to Mr. Ernst Zundel. The people don't know that this Zionist movement, this so-called Jewish movement, which I don't believe, by the way. It's not just Jews who are Zionists, also Christians and Muslims and atheists. So it's not really a Jewish thingy. Just to be clear. But in 1933 there have been Zionist Jews who wanted Hitler to go after Jews. Really, it suited their needs for the Havara Agreement. Look it up. Look it up. So before you call me an anti-Semitic or whatever, look it up. And again, Zionism has nothing to do with Judaism. Nothing. Really nothing. It's a political ideology and a fascist one. And it has no problem to use any people, Catholics, Muslims, Orthodox, Jews, non-believers. It has no problem to use people for its agenda, to sacrifice people for its agenda, for its ideology. And therefore it is important that people can look back into history by writing from certain writers, books, and etc., publications, etc., from those days, from Jewish Zionists. In particular, one book written in 1941, Germany Must Perish, by some man called Kaufman, and how he is in this book in 1941 basically saying that all Germans should be sterilized, because that was the humane way to make sure that Germany dies, that it perish. He had no problem to sterilize, and this was seriously proposed. He had no problem to sterilize more than, I believe, 48 million Germans. And he stated that if you had about 2,000 doctors to do the procedures, then the whole male population could be sterilized in 3 months under Allied forces support, to bring all those men to a camp where they would be sterilized, and then afterwards they can immediately go back to work. His words, not mine. But it gives you a picture from a very different angle about what really happened between the German people and the Jewish people, who unfortunately got used by the very same powers to be back then as they tried to use Hitler and Stalin and everyone. Unfortunately. So again, this is not a series of anti-Semitism, although I am totally against the occupation of Palestine. I am. I was as a child, and I still am. I am against the atrocities committed on the Palestinian people. And I said it even in my childhood, and I will say it again. The Jews who do not speak out against these atrocities, they should be very ashamed and never ever take the word like victim in their mouth. Never ever victim of a Holocaust Second World War. Clearly you did not learn your lessons from those atrocities. Unfortunately, if you had, you would not commit them on another fellow human being. Well, that's it. YouTube will censor the shit anyways, and I am sure they will. I will try it at the same time as I will upload it to Rumble, but I am pretty sure YouTube will try to ban or block the bullshit. Huh? Well, I'm looking forward to educate some people about what really happened in the Second World War and using some clips of Mr. Ernst Zundel's his broadcasts, who have been widely publicized in America, Canada, broadcasted in the 60s, 70s, 80s about the true history of the Second World War. Very interesting. And given the light of day around Gaza, yes, something I love to do is to kick against some legs. Already looking forward to that battle. Have a nice day.